there's a question of my heart, you got it. It don't belong to anyone but you. Yeah, if there's a question of my love, don't worry, 'cause baby I've been making plans for you. Yeah. Your first name start with the first letter of the alphabet. You the backbone of our home. You possess a fortitude that's way stronger than a stone. And if I had to describe your smile, I would say it is wide as California to Rhode Island because, Alicia, you brighten up my day. You remember May 3rd, 1999. You and I were in the same wedding, Gary, Indiana, right? And I approached you, and I didn't know what to say. I was just trying to get my thoughts together, and I was like, can I have this dance? And you realized I was a little bit more seasoned than you, but that means I was older than you. And that's okay. A month later, we had our first date. And I told you if you was ever in the Naptown state where we are today, to call me when you need someone to talk to. At the time, you was a grad student up in Purdue in Hammy, Indiana, right? And I called your office. You didn't answer. But before I dialed your number, I was saying to myself, let me rap to her real quick. And I was just like, pardon me, darling, if I alarm you. I don't mean to bother you. I just want to get you to pause and slow your walk so maybe we can talk and I can try to charm you. I'm just trying to find out who you are. I don't mean to come off like a telemarketer. Ain't no hood, no crook, no robber. I'm just trying to ask you for some time. So then I dialed your number and I was like, Alicia, this a lie. Alicia, this is a lie zone. Call me when you get this message, all right? And I hung up. We had our first date. Where were we? We was at the Cheesecake Factory, remember? We patiently waited 2 hours. But it didn't matter because we had good conversation and nothing really else mattered at all as long as I was next to you. It's crazy how time moves, right? A year later, September 23rd, 2000, St. Timothy Community Church. That's when we said I do. That's when our life changed forever. And the rest was history. God blessed us with 2 children, Nathan and Alyssa. Early in our marriage, God, he told me I had to be patient with you. So sometimes he would put me in that corner like that bad kid in elementary, go to the corner. And he would pull me out when he was ready for me to speak again. And I learned that we had to be slow to speak to one another and not point fingers. Learned to say when we were sorry. Man, if I would say the honey and the moon, baby, I would say it was you. But remember, we went to Puerto Rico. And last year, where did we go? Barcelona, Italy, Monaco, Europe, a Disney cruise, right? And just to see that smile on your face, it gave me a joy. Our favorite restaurant is Provisions, Oakley's Bistro, right? And we got kids, and they eat like us right now. But ain't nothing like being at home with them eating some greasy, fried, homemade French fries, right? The joy to be a kid again. Wow. But I would say that we endured some hardships. We both experienced our parents divorcing. But you and I both knew to keep our heads above Katrina so we wouldn't drown for our own marriage. We knew that we had to be strong not only for us, but for our children as well. Your brother in and out of the hospital, our dads, our grandparents. But to put a smile and bring the uplift everything, Honey, we are surrounded by God's grace. Your arms is always open to friends and family in our home, even our small couples group. We are led by God. We always put him to be the center of what we do. We let our light shine through Christ through him. Alicia, all I'm trying to say is, I want you around today, tomorrow, and the day after that. You know what? Scratch that. I want you around this year, the year after that, the year after that, and forever. Infinity. I want you around the same way these rings remind us, because it never stops and it goes round and around of why we did. Alicia, I want to be able to put my lips upon your forehead just to take your temperature in the morning, just to see how hot you are. I want to be able to wrap my arms around you and say, honey, everything is going to be okay for our family. And I still play in the back of my mind every day I leave for work about our children. And honey, if I had to say this, I ain't never told nobody before, but I want to tell them, my wife's body feels like a preheated oven at 350 degrees. And at night, she feels like warm buttermilk biscuits from Cracker Barrel. And our skin tone together is apple butter, but the two of us together is an everlasting fire. And it's only perfect that the alphabet has the letters U and I in it. I just want to tell you this. I love you. You will forever and always be my beautiful woman, from your husband, Mr. Alonzo Weems. Thank you.